Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege. I don't know why it does that. With another day in the life, in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Um, good morning. Happy, what is it today? What is it today? Today is, uh, gosh, is it Thursday or Friday? I forget anymore, but happy, I think it's Friday. I believe it is Friday. Happy Friday to you. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I hope you guys are enjoying the dip. The market is doing what the market does, and that's pretty exciting. Um, Look, for those of us in the XRP community, what? I mean, $4 is a really, really, really good deal. I'm going to do just a few $100 just because, right? It's four for a dollar. We've been really happy with our position for a while now and have been diversifying into other assets, but just to kind of take advantage of the four for a dollar, you know, maybe a couple hundred, not a few hundred, but in any case, just to take advantage of the four for a dollar. Hope you're in a position to do the same as well. Listen, never ever forget this, guys. This still is a head up and shoulders back moment for you and I because we're early adopters in this new asset class. I'm going to share some information from Twitter, from Michael Bao, 5 links from XRP Joe, big time community members and guys who take their time, energy, and resource to add value to you and I every single day. So shout out to those dudes. We do appreciate all that you do, big time. So I'm going to share that. I'm going to share a very interesting article I think it's important to note from the governor or the bank, Bank of England dude, Mr. Bailey, I believe his name is Andrew Daly. So we will share that. But I first want to share something I think is just, listen, I think it's important to know, it's important to understand. Careful in the DeFi space. Very, very, please be very, very careful in this DeFi space. This is, so guys, listen, this is your XRP Ripple daily news in around 0 to 10 minutes. So it says here, this is DeFi for those wondering. Shout out to Jason Williams for sharing this. This is interesting. Low Strife shared this tweet and then Jason Williams retweeted it, I guess. $4,000 to $1 in 5 minutes. This is not a space that I want to operate in. $4,000, $1 to $1 in 5 minutes. And what the heck is a hot dog? Like who bought that? How did I get the $4,000? This is the decision that we all have to make. Are we going to get in this space and try to go after this quick money, and are we going to promote the right space? Are we going to promote the right business models? And I'll share with you what I believe to be the right business model in this digital asset space with you guys at the end. But that is amazing. That is really, really amazing. So this is important listen to, but I'm going to share this one first before we listen to something. This is from XRP Joe. Interesting stuff. Shout out to my dude, XRP Joe. The Bank of England's governor today slammed Bitcoin as a substandard method of payment, but reiterated the bank's interest in central bank digital currencies and stable coins, right? So let's go through this article here from the decrypt.co. Listen, again, this is where the powers that be are going to be moving. And it's just, where do you want to play? Where do you want to participate, right? That's really kind of the thing. Accumulating assets or risking your assets and things and crazy things like DeFi. Now, is it all of DeFi? No. But just like the ICOs, the con artists, if you will, they came into the ICO space and ruined the ICO space. They leveraged the fact that it was of a good concept. Con artists came in and ruined it. And this is what's going on in DeFi, my humble opinion. A good concept, looking to do a good thing. Does it have some flaws? Yeah, sure. But a good concept, looking to do a good thing, and bad guys come in. Money grab, bad guys come in and ruin it. And that's what's going on in DeFi. So the Bank of England slams Bitcoin, praises stablecoins and CBDCs. Now, why do you think that is? And let me ask you something. What do you think the other central bank dudes think, dude or dudettes? right? The fact that why is Wall Street and institutional money interested in stable coins? Why is the governor of the Central Bank of England praising stable coins and CBDCs? Understand they're two different things. Stablecoin is one thing, central bank digital currency is another. Like many other central banks around the world, here it is, it says it right here. Like many other central banks around the world, the Bank of England is still thinking about developing its own digital currency. Of course they are, right? They're not going to just be, in a monetary system, they're not just going to go away, right? The Bank of England's new governor gave a speech where he slammed Bitcoin, saying it had no connection at all to money. The governor, however, expressed an interest in stablecoins and a central bank digital currency. The Bank of England still has a long way to go in the development of such technology, it seems, unlike China and Japan. So this is the summary of the article, but I'm going to go through some of this article here. The Bank of England's governor today slammed Bitcoin as a substandard method of payment, but reiterated the bank's interest in central bank digital currencies and stable coins. Despite the interest in a centrally planned digital currency, the UK's top banker still didn't reveal much on whether the country had advanced in its development of such a currency. Why do you think that? Didn't reveal much, right? It's all for a reason, right? It doesn't necessarily mean they're behind on the thing. They're just not showing their hands on what it is that they're doing. They have no connection at all to money, says. This is what he is saying. They, and in parentheses, it says crypto assets, have no connection at all to money, said Andrew Bailey in a speech to the Brookings Institute today. Using Bitcoin as an example, he added that cryptocurrencies may have intrinsic value, but a highly risky investment opportunity. Yeah. All right, so Bailey, who became the head of the Bank of England in March, went on to talk about stablecoins and how they could prove useful for global payments. While assets like Bitcoin have failed to do so, he claimed. Stablecoins could offer some useful benefits. For example, they could further reduce friction in payments by potentially increasing the speed and lowering the cost of payments, particularly if global stablecoins were to be established, he said in the speech. There's a lot of power in those words there. Stablecoins could reduce friction. How is that? How is the stablecoin doing that? Bailey then added that stablecoins and CBDCs could coexist and work hand in hand, noting that a framework where they could sit alongside each other, either as distinct payment options or with elements of the stablecoin ecosystem, such as wallets, providing consumers with access to a CBDC could be an option. On CBDCs, Bailey said, although they have potential, launching one would require careful consideration and didn't offer any clues on the Bank of England's development of such an asset, right? And I think when you hear people like this from the Central Bank of England and other central banks, and they talk about stable coins and it has the potential, I harken back to David Schwartz's video that he did on YouTube about a stable coin and XRP as the collateral. The XRP, the digital asset XRP, has so many different use cases. So however the powers that be decide to do what they're going to do in this new monetary system, which feels like fiat currency is going to be backed by gold. This is Crypto Siege's thinking. Fiat currency is backed by gold, bringing that back, the gold standard back. Stable coins, right? Again, there's that private-public partnership that I think that the people from the OCC and other powers that believe need to, right? Because just, right, it's the fintech innovation. I find it very, very interesting that, and think about this, Circle and Jeremy Allaire, they improved the stable coin. Right? We've been in the digital asset space since 2016. How do you improve a stable coin? And why are you improving it? Most of us in the digital asset space think, oh, it's one-to-one pegged to the dollar. Cool. If we have $100, we put it in the USDC or USD Tether or GUSD. We have $100. We have $100 in GUSD. We have $100 in USDC. Pegged one-to-one. Backed is just literally backed by the dollar, but literally, what is the word? Whether it be the Treasury, I forget which department, but they are literally backed, right? Literally backed, no games, literally backed, proven and audited. We're talking USDC here, talking USDC, and I believe Gemini as well. It just fully auditable, what is the word? Auditable, right? So they've been audited, all of that, fully proven. And they welcome these audits, you know, regularly, especially USDC, right? Where's the improvement? What are you improving? And I just got this odd feeling in my gut about USDC and the powers that be and Algorand. Something's going on there. Why? And what are you improving? Who asked you to improve it? Are you making it 1 to 150, right? Like what? I know they're not, right? So what are they improving? Is it something about how it moves? Is it something about it providing this quote unquote friction? What are they doing to improve the stablecoin? And why are they doing it? I think it's hugely important to know. Listen, look, when it comes to the powers that be, central banks, whatever it is, they get the concept. It's easier to get that stable coin. It's easier for them to get the central bank digital currency because it's just digital, right? I mean, it's just, you know what I mean? It's a wholesale retail thing that they'll be using between the central banks and the commercial banks, if you will, right? Retail, you know, commercial banks will take it to the retail, but it's the same, you know, it's just a digital form of your dollar. The stable coin is the thing that I think that they're going to be more comfortable in using versus a digital asset. But I do believe, we're talking central banks, but I do believe they know the power and the liquidity of XRP, because right now, this is not debatable. XRP is the most digital. Is the most liquid digital asset. The most liquid digital asset. And they know that. They know the cross-border stuff that's been going on. They know about MoneyGram using it. They know about Bitso using it. They know about SBI. And if let's not forget about Japan and the US as allies. Let's not forget about it. It's a real deal. And it's going to prove itself out because Mr. Yoshitaka Kitao is building a big time network of banks in Japan for a reason, right? And so, you know, he can go and explain to whatever the central bank is in Japan about XRP and its liquidity. So whether XRP is being used as collateral, whether it's used as cross-border payments, it has all these many use cases. So when it comes time for the powers to be to decide that they're going to use a digital asset, XRP by far is the winner in my opinion, in its ability to do so many things. Then you can throw in an ILP for the interoperability. You got the ledger for people who want to use that ledger, right? Permission or permissionless, right? Whichever way you guys want to do it, XRP is there. So hands down, in my opinion, it has all the different benefits. But let's not forget about stable coins, because they're strongly, you know, when they move forward, in my opinion, it's going to be the stable coin route, that one-to-one, and however they can improve it, like Circle is looking to do, the powers that be are interested in that. I believe that 10,000%. So, and I digress, but I think it's important to understand that. So Bradley writes, so on CBDC, Bailey said, although they have potential, launching one will require careful consideration and didn't offer any clues on the Bank of England's development of such an asset. Bradley Rice, senior regulatory lawyer at law firm Ashurst said in the statement provided to Decrypt that the governor's speech further positioned the Bank of England, the bank, and the UK at the forefront of the development of a central bank digital currencies. Ultimately, there's no way a central bank or a government is going to give up control of monetary policy and its reserve currency to the private sector, especially if they are not even located in the UK, Rice said. This is a marathon and we have a long way to go, but the bank may be forced to sprint if it doesn't keep pace. Nevertheless, the Bank of England has been comparatively slow when it comes to the development of a CBDC. While countries like China and Japan are seemingly winning the race on developing a digital fiat currency, the UK central bank and the US Federal Reserve are taking a much more cautious approach. So keep your XRP radar antennas up for central bank digital currencies, stable coins, in my humble opinion. I believe this is the way that they will go. Listen, the governments of the world understand that, private companies provide innovation, right? They provide innovation. And in the end, if you have platforms that are going to pay you on stablecoins, 11.5%, like the Celsius network does, how is that central bank going to compete? How are they going to compete? There's only one way for them to compete, and that is to participate, because it's happening. The private companies are building these stablecoins, like Gemini, like a Circle. They're built. They're here. Wall Street wants them. That's a fact. Institutions want them. That is a fact. That is a fact. So they're going to have to participate, because you and I can take our fiat, that nasty, dirty fiat currency, put it into a stable coin on the Celsius network and earn 11.5%. It's back 1-to-1 by $1. 11.5% annually, APY, paid out weekly, right? If it's 10,000, you're going to get about $80 a month, just for leaving it there, stable coin, 1-to-1, $80 a month. So, 1 month you got 10,000, next month you have 10,080. And then you earn interest on the interest. The central banks and the powers that be, how are they going to compete? How are the banks going to compete? They have to at least participate in order to have a chance to compete. It's not going away. It is not going away. And there's something very odd to me about Jeremy Allaire's connection with the OCC and Brian Brooks. Like, I think they did some things together with creating the USDC at Coinbase. Something's going on there. Somebody's going to be a winner. And I just got a feeling that Circle was going to be in there as a winner. But the question for you and I is, how do we participate and leverage that for our families, right? How do we participate and leverage that for our families? And the bottom line to me is, if you're acquiring assets, which we all are doing, are you earning interest on your assets? And are you participating in a platform that has your best interest? Paying 80% back to the depositors. That is the new game. That's why DeFi is so popular right now. That is the new thing, earning interest on your assets. Staking is cool and it's great. I believe that the Celsius network is going to be the game changer. It's going to be the game changer. I believe it's the business model that protects you and I and takes you and I into the future safely, because it has sound business model. It has a sound business model. And by the way, if you want to learn more about the Celsius network, I encourage you to check out Celsius Network on YouTube at 1 p.m. Eastern today. Alex Mashinsky, the serial entrepreneur that lives in New York from the UK, Ukraine area, born, right? And but he's been in New York for 30 years or so. Serial entrepreneur, hugely successful, 8 startups, 2 unicorns. And I believe Celsius is the 3rd unicorn, in my humble opinion. When you have $1 billion in assets under management and about $2 million in loans, you have a successful business model, and you've done that in less than 3 years. Yeah, I would say that's hugely successful. So the question for you and I is, how can we leverage that for our families? It promotes sound, in my opinion, sound financial, what's the word, principles, acquiring assets, saving, hodling, right? Slant saving, hodling the assets, earning interest on that asset, earning interest on XRP, earning more XRP for your XRP if you're in the US, earning more BTC for your BTC if you're in the US, earning more Ethereum for your Ethereum if you're in the US, right? And then earning interest on that interest. It's a sound business model. In addition to that, if you want to, you can take advantage of the loan, collateralizing your asset versus liquidating your asset. You collateralize it, you get to take a loan and either put fiat in your account or take it in stablecoin and participating further in this new asset class and acquiring other assets like we did. That's what we did. We acquired more assets, right? Took that nasty, dirty fiat, right? And so that's what we did. We took our assets, we leveraged it, right? Took some of our digital assets, leveraged it, got a loan in stable coins, participated further into the digital asset space. So we still have all of our assets. Something to think about, guys, something to ponder. So hopefully you can tune in at 1 p.m. Eastern on the Celsius Network on YouTube, Alex Mashinsky does an AMA, and hopefully he'll have some information, more information about this Spark thing with the Flare Network. Hopefully he'll have some more information. I'm hoping. I know he said on the last AMA that they were working on it. So we'll see if he is further along in that and supporting that particular airdrop. It'll be cool to see. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap up the stream like I do all of my streams. Or videos, I should say, and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.